Guys, T-Fit here with Fit Bully TV. Look at this dog's confidence now on this table. She's not whining, she's not fussing, she's not arguing. She says, that's the path, that's where I want to go. She's sniffing around, she's curious. Curiosity is growing. People ask, hey, what was the intent if the boy dog adds no value? What was your, look at it, look. That's Jamarcus teasing her. Look, I love it. I love it. Let me put her down because she too charged up. You too charged up, huh? You have no fear. No fear at all. T-Fit here with Fit Bully TV, people. That kind of stuff gave me a little excited. I'm like, let me stop because I've been to shut this whole video down so we could chastise a little bit more. I keep getting the question, can I breed my standard to my XL to my pocket? Can you tell me a little bit more about your program? I'll be honest in telling you guys, I don't want to tell you much about my program. One of my kids, I call him my kids, he's a young man now, that I've always been influential in his life. He said, boss, if you create this new breed that you want to create, how are you going to protect it, basically? Because once the American Bully got popular, and many dogs, bulldogs, they went to crap. I said, very simple, my friend. On our paperwork, I don't put Fit Bully kennels. I don't care what you write on your paperwork. Once we get to the dogs that we need, for one, all dogs stay. For two, every dog we put somewhere will be pet home only. Which means I'll sell a dog because I'm compiling a list of suitors, people who just want a great dog. Therefore, we won't put out the AMT that's coming, like a new movie. It's going to be years of work. And mind you, I don't need the dogs like that. So then we'll only breed every 3 years. What happens when we only breed 3 years, but we have a compilation, aka a list of people who are, I won't say dying, but are super inspired, who just want a dog that's going to live to 10, 15, 20 years. They're not worried about breeding. They're worried about getting a great dog from a great person. But let's talk a little bit about this breeding right here, since I've proven over 3 times that the female matters more in my experience and from an epigenetic standpoint based on science. Zara's 18 inches at the withers. Why height matters in some regard is, this isn't to say a Jack Russell Terrier. Hell, a Dutchesson Hound, the weenie dog, used to be used for ratting. So all these dogs from a movement standpoint were literally created to solve a problem, be it rats, be it mice, be it possums, be it raccoons, be it, a coon dog per se. You go down the line, a lot of dogs, especially in the working class, hound dogs, beagles, were created for specific things. In my experience with the pit bull, with the American Bully type breeds, you want good movement. And good movement means if I send the dog, I want it to get up to about 30, 40 miles an hour. On top of that, I want it to be agile as well. Greyhounds move swell. I will show you a paragraph in one of the books that I'm studying from a locomotion standpoint on the difference between sturdiness and agility and the 2 dogs that they assess. Well, guess what 2 dogs it was? The Greyhound. The Whippet probably has even better movement than the Greyhound, but the Greyhound's faster, also based on height. And then the Pit Bull. Literally the Pit Bull, because it's so agile. The wider something gets, who running fast like this? When it's here, right here. Imagine if a horse was like this, and then the shoulders were on the outside of the thing versus right under it. Wouldn't be a good look. So then you ask yourself, where should your shoulder set be? If this is the chest, that chest right here, and this wide, that dog ain't moving too fast. It'll get some good movement, but not super fast. This right here is your Greyhound chest. Legs right under the shoulders. This right here, way too wide. So where do you want it? You want it at a happy medium. And realistically, I would probably go here and about right there. This right here would be ideal because not only would the chest be wide enough for you to see some muscle, the deeper the chest is oftentimes too, which is why you need longer legs. The Doberman's got some good movement. But look how long them legs are on the Doberman. It's also a barrel-chested dog, but the legs are like this here. It's all leg. Chest is deep, leg way here. But it also ain't known for running 50 miles an hour either. So you say, how do you increase the athleticism of a dog? For one, you want a good shoulder set. And not just as far as angulation is concerned, but actually where the shoulder's placed. because the wider the dog, the more agile it'll often be, not so fast. I like speed and agility. So where's that happy medium? Well, that's one of the things we'll be studying. Don't ask me about this book, people. I'm telling you that right now. Do not ask me about this book. So, see this right here? Speed or strength. Two dogs are studying. Built for speed, built for strength. Reproduce with the kind of permission. Reproduce with the kind of permission. Okay, so they use this right here. These two dogs. Look at the height on this dog. You like a greyhound can move. Look at where his legs are at. He's going to cover more ground. Usain Bolt. That's it. This is Usain. It's Usain Bolt eating them yams. And then you got the pit bull, who's like Mike Tyson. You know Mike Tyson ain't running fast nowhere. But if he hits you, I'm talking a bowling ball, people. If Tyson comes, he's gonna send you to heaven or hell, depending on which God you serve. But objectively, when you ask about the breedings that we're doing, building our program, I'm a scientist at heart. I love science. I love epigenetics. I love trial and error. I love testing food and its impact on the dog's moods, behavior, and even capabilities. How much water does he need? All this stuff. Because I tested on myself. And we're about to get into a heavy testing of our own athleticism and athletics and just physical overall well-being. Last year, we all kind of got exhausted. We got exhausted and we couldn't do half the things that we should have done. I want to make sure we're in good shape, good position to sustain what we're going to do with all these dogs that we have, because we got a lot of work to do, people. But when you're building your breeding program, as Chris Moore, Fred Duran, Ruben and them will tell you, study the anatomy of a dog. Study the opportunity the dogs provide for you to learn about movement. Go out there and spend time with your dog. Some of you want to know a lot about books, but if you want to know about books, you would have found them already. These books ain't new. And not only that, you are most people, and this is not to everybody. Shout out to everybody who's trying to do better, who was like, oh, well, I never thought of it this way. It's the only way I ever think, so I don't get it personally. But it is what it is. I'm thinking about literally how to create some of the strongest dogs on earth, not in comparison to anyone else's dog, but strong enough for me. I'm a rough housing, tough, step through things type of individual. I crush. I'm hard and heavy handed in everything, which means if it's a wall, my elbow probably going through if I trip and fall, because I'm not trying to save the wall. Like, the wall shouldn't be there. So how I look at it is, I need something that's sturdy, so that I can, again, enjoy and have a good time while also making sure the dog's in condition. At some point, we take a big road trip for about a month or two and hit the States, hit all the hiking and just we'll have a good time. Imagine having a dog that can't walk a mile, can't get up a mountain, can't swim, can't breathe, struggling for dear life to survive. That's not the mission here, people. So I need to look at shoulder. I need to look at snoot. I need to look at lip. I need to look at behaviors. I need to look at where the hips are at. I need to look at knee placement, gait, overall function, so that I can get to the dogs that allow me to get through the rest of this effed up life we gotta live. Dogs bring me a level of peace that no human being will ever bring me peace. And a dog for me will always mean more than any one person. I don't care what nobody says. Hey, well, how about more than your mother? All that. My mom's lived her life. She's not dead. She's alive. She needs someone to say, give me 6 months if you need money. That's how it goes. But I'm not living for family. I live so that I can live the life I want to live. I'll challenge you with this. I posed the question on my... Oh, I got bad already. I posed the question on my Instagram the other day. And remember, if you guys got questions, message me at FitBully Kennels. How many steps does the average person take in a lifetime? And basically, it's about 200 million steps. The challenge is this, and that's if you live to 80. Average person. I know for a fact we take more than the average amount of steps in a day. It's 5,200 and some steps in a mile. And sometimes Jamarcus alone does 2 or 3 miles, not include everything else. How many steps are you taking in the right direction? And the right direction doesn't mean you're going in the wrong direction, but the question is, do you know what direction you actually want to go? Someone says, hey, how do you know what to do? How do you know what to do? How do you know what to build? How do you know what to add? How do you know? I'm like, whoo, My man, great questions. Can't answer them for you. I just know. And I'm not going to, for the purposes that what we're trying to do is much different than anybody else. And I'm not comparing to nobody else. I literally have nothing to compare my ideas to. Nothing. I'm betting on 20 years of obsessing about dogs, having fun with dogs, German Shepherds, Shar-Peis, Pit Bulls, now American Bullies, eventually the AMT, the Central Asian Shepherd eventually, and all the other dogs that I want to invite into my world so that we can continue to invite other people into a world of bettering themselves and dogs. Guys, I thank you for watching. I encourage you to have a plan. Even more importantly, stick to your plan. Build a program that means something to you, and others will come and learn all they can from it. That's the gist of it. They will come and be like, yo, and mind you, I don't even know that I have anything to teach you guys. I'm just documenting what we're doing and having a good time. And it seems to be that you guys are just as interested in our progress. Guys, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Build your program inch by inch, and as some people say, brick by brick. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it'll take more than 365 days for you to truly be successful. It ain't about getting there, it's about staying there. Good luck.